Get you some sultrylim.com. If you wanna get it tonight, get you some sultrylim.com. Make your body feel right. Get you some sultrylim.com.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and yes, I am here giving you the most life that I can without a bra on, damn it. Anyway, you guys, Love and Hip Hop was definitely something. It was something. I'm sure I was entertained, but not as much as I have been previously. So let's just go ahead and get into my notes, shall we? So Brooke and Tierra Marie meet up so that they can talk about Akbar. Apparently, Brooke met Akbar cruising in the grocery store. All right, he was flirting, trying to get with her, shoplifting a pootie, okay, which means trying to get in good with her kids. You know, just being real slimy and charismatic all at the same time. Brooke believes that Akbar got with Tierra Marie for a come up. He's an opportunist. And I'm like, okay, duh, you're not telling us anything we haven't already figured out, Brooke, but thanks for shopping. You know what I'm saying? Brooke says that seeing Tierra get back with him after the fact, y'all know them videos that came out of her and she was on the side of his bed and he was like, tell him that I ain't do it. Say it was your ex. Say it was your ex. We saw those. That shit look bad, Tierra. That's what made me think you leaked your own sex tape. Why are you still messing with him then, girl? Okay, this looks terrible on your part. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And even though Brooke might be telling you right, Brooke has ulterior motives, you old messy ass bitch, okay? Like, Brooke, you starting to work on my last nerves because now you starting to get a little mean with the messiness. At first, it was like a kiki, but now it's starting to be an bitch. It's starting to work its way up into a Okay, I'm just not feeling the vibe that she's giving off. Tierra said that she was confused and she went back to him like, tell me you didn't do this, Akbar. Tell me you didn't do this. But he lied. And I'm like, so if he lied the first time and you knew he was gonna lie and you were aware that he was lying, why did you go back the second time? So confused. Tierra lets Brooke in on the information about her suing his ass, and she's doing it so that she can prove that she didn't leak her own sex tape because she did not leak her own sex tape. We want to mention that once again for the folks in the back that didn't hear us. Tierra tells her about the press conference that she's doing in order to let the public know what's going on. And she also lets her know that Nikki and Paris probably won't be in attendance. Paris already let her know what was up. She ain't got time to be around the government. She ain't got time to be around court systems and bailiffs and police officers and all of that type of shit. She just, you know, she has PTSD from living in the hood. She ain't got time for that. I understand, Paris, okay? But I also want you to not be the bitch that's down to do the shit that gets you put in jail but won't show up at court or show up at a fucking press conference to support your friend. I'm just saying, that makes you look messy as fuck. Like you down for it when it's some bullshit, but when it's really about being there for your friend, you are nowhere to be found. And of course, Nikki Baby isn't answering any text messages or phone calls right now. Brooke says that, you know what, I know we not that cool, girl, but you know what? Let me be there for you, all right? I will be there. I'm going to come, girl. I'm going to be there. I'm like, you old mess-ass bitch. You are not there because you care. So Apple Watch has got to make this money. She got to take care of her family. She got to take care of her kids out here. And even though this little music shit is cute, it's not paying the bills right now. So she had to go and shoot a video with some dude that I don't know. Like, I don't know him. Like, apparently he worked with some people who we know, but I don't know him. But that's okay, though. We here for the fake video shoot. All right. And then Amber is in the background. Apparently she and Amber are friends. She and Amber have done various music videos and exotic dancer, you know, conferences together. And they friends, bitch. And she just explains to her because she heard them talking about how she was working with A1 and Rockstar. So she comes over and she was like, girl, I heard you say you was working with Rockstar. Girl, let me tell you what he did to me. So we did this song together and my mama hated the song. So she stopped the song in the middle of it being played in a club. And then he starts to play my raw vocals in front of everybody in the club. And she was like, oh no, girl. See, I knew he wasn't up to no good. That is terrible. I would have been trying to beat his ass in there. I'm like, girl, most of us would have been trying to beat his ass in there. Don't forget that her mama spent 20 bands on that song. Okay, let's not forget about that shit. And Apple Watts is like, Amber, you should really count your blessings. You lucky, girl, because I don't have nobody out here looking out for me. I don't have nobody out here making a way for me to do what I'm trying to do, make my dreams come true, girl. You need to feel blessed. Okay, and Amber is like, well, my mom ain't really working with me right now, but she is a manager. She's worked with 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne. Maybe she can help you out. And look, whatever is gonna get the bag and get her off the pole, she down for it. So there is going to be a meeting between Sean Love. So Bridget is performing for the homegirls and some of the homeboys because she has her first full-length album coming out soon, and she's so excited. And we're excited for her, and it sounds great, and I'm definitely going to go get on Tidal and hear what Miss Bridget Kelly is serving us. All right, and Moniece is there to support, and she has on this wig that has taken on a life of its own. I was looking at the wig as if it had a story to tell, as if a story I wanted to hear. Yeah, I'm so serious about this wig. This wig was doing the absolute most. Okay, the wig was the star of the scene. I didn't even know Moniece was there after I saw that wig. Okay, it was just way too much wig for her little bitty head. I was saddened by it. Brooke walks up to her in her wig and lets them know about Tiara's press conference and how she should be there for her, considering the fact that Paris and Nikki won't be there to support her. And Moniece has had her issues with TT in the past. When they tried to do that intervention with her and her drinking last time, she acted like Moniece wasn't her real friend, and they haven't really spoken since then. But she feels like, if she has to be there for her friend because nobody else will be there, then she's going to be there for TT. And I'm like, okay, then Moniece, girl, be a real friend out here in these streets. Bridget and Donatella come over and let the ladies know about this trip to London. Apparently, London is Bridget's second home, and whenever she releases a project, she goes out to London and performs, and she gets mad love. She feels like the queen, okay? The Brits are calling it Bridget Mania. Donatella has got her an 8-bedroom flat, and she's inviting all of these bitches to come out to London, and it's like the first time Love and Hip Hop Hollywood has a trip. I'm excited. I'm so excited that Love and Hip Hop is starting to do trips. I'm glad that y'all finally paid attention to what Carlos King was doing, over there at Bravo. Thank you. Jay Will comes in all serious like a crazy abusive ex-boyfriend and pulls Monique in a wig to the side, all right? Because he wants to express how everything went down with the whole audition for Pride and how Ray and the rest of the judges judged him. And I'm like, you just called them judges and said they judged you, and I guess like you're upset about that, but that's what they're supposed to do. He says he does understand that that specific song and performance may not have been the best for Pride, and he understands that, but he was so hurt he had to act like an asshole about it and turn everybody off to him and mention how they couldn't afford him and all of this bullshit here. I'm like, yeah, nigga, whatever. He's feeling some type of way because they gave the job to LaBrittany, and he's the one that asked LaBrittany to come along. So now he's listening to Moniece give him terrible advice about if she was a real friend and she would give up this opportunity for him. And I'm just like, I don't know what type of friends you have, but bitch, if we auditioning for something and I get it and you don't, bitch, be a real friend, suck it the fuck up and tell me congratulations and move on like Maya. Like, this is ridiculous. I don't know what type of friends you have that crush their dreams to make yours happen. Like as if her not performing at Pride was somehow going to do what? Like, Pride was still going to happen regardless. Like, they were just going to find another person to perform. So if not LaBrittany, then who? What I'm saying? Like, I was just like, she was popping stank puss all over the judge's table and everything, giving her whole life out there. And if that girl wanted to get up there and perform, then that is up to her, listening to fucking Moniece talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna go talk to her. Jay Will, sit down some damn well with your crazy ass, all right? Moniece goes over to talk to Rockstar because she wants to get back in the studio. And I'm like, why does anybody want to get in the studio with Rockstar after what he did to Amber? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how many hits he's made. I would have to sign some paperwork with him saying that he couldn't fucking release my raw vocals to nobody because he loves doing that when he feel like it. You ain't even really got to do anything to the nigga, and he will fuck over you and release your raw vocals with you cracking and fucking up and everything, and that is just so disrespectful. disrespectful. So I don't know why Moniece wants to work with him, but he says he has her back. And I'm like, nigga, please, you ain't got nobody back. Fuck out of here with that. Okay, he says he knows Moniece inside and out, but he stayed away from her because her ass is crazy. I'm like, as if you aren't. And Moniece, you let this lame ass dude fuck? Oh, all right. Rockstar says that he knows that Moniece can sing a little bit, so he gonna get her in the booth and see what she could do. And I'm like, we've heard Moniece sing. I think we all know that Moniece can sing. She's just like me, somebody that just feels like they they can't sing well enough, so they be too scared to do the things that they should do to push their singing career forward. You know, like perform and stop doing karaoke in their living room. So Tiara has her press conference, and Alejandra comes in there and says, you are blaming the wrong person. I did it. Have a good day. And then she walks out and leaves. And I'm like, bitch, what in the entire fuck is going on here? But apparently Tiara didn't even see that, because they went on with her shakingly, being nervous throughout the whole press conference and expressing how she wants justice for what happened to her. And, we know it's fucked up. We saw the press conference. I don't have to regurgitate that information. And when she finishes her speech, they basically have a little, come to Jesus moment between Moniece and Tiara. And she's like, I see that you're here, so I know that it's real. I know that it's real, girl. She's like, I knew if I came, then maybe you would feel, that the love was real. And, I really care about you, TT. And, of course, they discuss the hoes that's not there. And that's Paris and Nikki, who are sitting at the house watching the shit on TV with popcorn and snacks. And I'm like, okay, this looks shady as fuck. I'm just saying, y'all got popcorn, drinks. Y'all set up for this shit. Y'all could have put a lot of this effort into being there for her, so she didn't feel like y'all didn't give a fuck after y'all meddled all in her life and disrupted it. Now y'all gonna run off. I know a lot of y'all feel like what Nikki did wasn't fucked up, but I feel like unless we don't know something that's going on, which is definitely an option, it seems to me that Nikki absolutely has nothing to lose by just being there for Tiara, unless she has something else going on. And we'll get into that in a moment. But her conversation with Paris just kind of made me feel like because Tiara went back to him, they don't really know if they want to deal with her right now because of what happened. And she just really doesn't want to get into it because Akbar has already said how he doesn't like her. And he just, she just doesn't know what he would do. So she just doesn't want to be a part of it. And I'm just like, whatever the fuck, Nikki. Whatever the fuck. All right. I've always been there for Tiara, and I've been there every step of the way whenever she needed me. But I had something going on, and I had to be in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's not always about her, and I had to think about the bigger picture. And I'm just like, whatever, Nikki, bitch. Okay. Okay. K. Michelle was also at home watching, and she said that Akbar hit her up in the DMs because she was looking for a studio to, record at and rehearse at. And she says that she's going to meet up with him, not really because she wants to work with him, but more so because she's messy and nosy. After the press conference, Tiara, Brooke, and Moniece take it to the pool and proceed to talk about yet again how Nikki and Paris weren't there to support her. And Brooke is like, well, maybe you need to pull up on Nikki. We could do that. We could get out of the pool and get ourselves together and go ride over there. And Moniece, you are coming too, bitch. And she like, yeah, all right, I'ma come. But if the shit get out of hand, you getting us out of jail, Brooke. I'm like, Brooke ain't getting nobody out of jail. Brooke ain't getting nobody out of jail. In Nikki's defense, Brooke says that maybe she felt like because Tiara went back to Akbar that they didn't know if they should really be putting forth any more effort since she seems to have went back to him. And yeah, that's understandable, but at the same time, like Tiara said, like, bitch, you could have answered a text message or a phone call or something like that. Like, come on now. Moniece lets them know that she's about to get back in the studio with Rockstar. And Brooke is like, oh, really, girl? Give me the info on that because I want to be there to support. I'm like, yeah, whatever, bitch. She then lets them know about the trip to London and invites them to go. And I guess we're all going to, be Bad Girls Club in London. Great. I'm excited. I hope someone fights. So Kay meets with Akbar, and she just really gets straight down to the point. What happened with Tiara? Did he release the sex tape? And he says, no, he didn't do it. She asked, well, did your side bitch do it, Alejandra? Did your wife Sade do it? Who did it then? Somebody did it. And he says, well, Tiara pissed somebody off. And I'm like, oh, so it was one of the bitches. Alejandra did do it. Like, I got the vibe that one of the bitches did it. And apparently one of them bitter Betty bitches did that to her, and he's just really creeping me out. Like, he's still trying to get women to be a part of his harem, because he's explaining to K. Michelle that he was doing this with Tiara, and then turns around and asks her if she wants to be a part of the harem, and she like, oh no, I don't do that, no. And so he asked her about the business part. Do you want to work together? And she's like, oh no, see, I don't get involved in bullshit, so no, this is not for me. Thank you though. I appreciate it. Amber apologizes to her mama, Deshaun Love, for not appreciating all the things that she does for her and wasting her 20 bands with Rockstar. And mama says that, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do what I need to do, and that's be a mama and not a manager. So I just want to cut out the managing part, because you need a mama right now, baby. And you know mama loves you. And I don't feel like I ever wasted my time on you. I'm going to always try my best to make your dreams come true. Apple Watch comes over, and Sean Love asks about, her personal life, her business, what's going on with her. Apple Watch says, nothing, just trying to survive. I'm stripping to pay for my studio time. Got 2 kids to take care of. Got to go to jail next month. Taking a DUI course right now. I got a lot going on, but I only got to be in jail for a month. And Sean Love is like, I had 3 kids by the time I was 18. So I can relate to you. Won't you go ahead and play your music for me so I can see if we can set this thing off? So she played her little song for her, and it was nice. It had nice little vocals to it. I was feeling the song. I was feeling the vibe, and so was Sean Love. She said, Apple is rough around the edges, but I see a lot of raw talent that with her. You mix that with her hunger, and you got a winning team right there. Apple says that she down, and Sean Love says, well, I need your first, last name, address, and your social security number. And she thinks it's funny. She said, no, I need to pull up a contract, baby. I'm going to need that. All right. So Nikki is having this annual brunch that she throws, and Paris is there, and she invites her to come to London with her. And that's when Tiara and Moniece walk in on some we bout to check a bitch shit. Tiara is already feeling some type of way, but Nikki didn't even invite her to this, which also makes her feel some type of way. So she walks up like, so you really couldn't be there for me when I needed you? You really couldn't be there for me? You wasn't answering my phone calls and my text messages? And Nikki is like, because I was in the hospital with my father, Tiara, okay? It can't always be about you. Tiara says, oh, so you want to bring families into this? She's like, what are you talking about, Tiara? Bring families into this? I'm telling you where I was, okay? And I couldn't let you know where I was because I was in the hospital the next day, okay, Tiara? It's not always about you. You sound crazy right now, okay? You sound really crazy right now. Nikki says, you know what, I've always been there for Tiara, okay? And just this one time when I had to be there for my family, she's using it to throw in my face. Tiara says that, you know what, when my mama was sick, I was still there for you when your brother died, okay? I was there for you. And Moniece, kind of jumps in and says, you know what, everybody has been in this situation before, and talking about the 3 of them have been in this situation with having revenge porn put out on them. And, right now she's just going through a tough time and she needs her friends close. And Nikki says, you know what, you're right about that. You know what, you're right, okay? So if you feel like that, Tiara, if you feel like I wasn't there for you, I want to apologize for that, okay? But I did have a lot going on, but you my girl. And I'm not about to keep going back and forth with you about this, okay? I love you and I know you love me, and we could work on it. And Tiara is still obviously pissed off, but she gonna have to let this shit go for the moment, because what else can you do, bitch? She didn't apologize. She gave you a reason for it. What more you want, hoe? Okay? Be mad at the person you really need to be mad at, and that's the nigga you keep running back to. I saw Akbar put out a video today, and it seemed like Tiara was in a fucking bathroom. I don't know if it was old or new. All I know is I just saw it today, and I'm just sitting up there like, so what is he doing? What is he doing? Why is he forever recording everything, old thirsty ass nigga? Nobody wants to see the life and issues of Akbar and his harem. Nobody gives a fuck, sir. Okay, so you and your dolphin teeth can go find a fucking clue and do something else with your life. So Jay Will rolls up on LaBrittany to ask her not to do Pride and stand with him since they judged him so harshly. I'm like, nigga, please. And LaBrittany says, bro, how many times I ain't never got a job, but she made a face. She was like, they like me and they ain't like you. I'm like, you messy little bitch. But she says he just needs to have tougher skin. Jay Will said, shade, no shade. I don't need you comparing me to nothing you be doing, bitch, okay? Like, I don't need you to ever do that. And she like, oh, you sound bitter, bitch. You sound real bitter right now. And then he's like, oh, Lord, please help her. Please help her in her loose coochie. Please help her. And she's like, oh, Lord, please help him with his broke ass because he ain't got no fucking money. I'm like, oh, no, what type of blasphemous prayers are these? Y'all gonna stop playing with the Lord, okay? That's what y'all gonna stop doing. Praying, but ain't really praying, trying to use the Lord to shade people. Y'all should be ashamed of y'all fucking selves. And Jay Will, nobody is about to give up an opportunity for you, but LaBrittany said she wasn't doing it anyway. It ain't even on Santa Monica Boulevard, okay, bitch? She going to London with the homegirls. He could have that trash ass performance. Y'all, they ain't friends no more. They ain't friends no more. And LaBrittany, don't be shading YouTube. People can be out here living their lives very fully, making YouTube videos. So y'all, Moniece is in the studio with Rockstar, and he is rolling his eyes at her lackluster performance. I felt so bad for her. She came out and she said that she wasn't really singing her best, and she wasn't really off key. She was just singing really low, and she didn't have a lot of energy. But she wasn't singing terribly. It definitely wasn't like an Amber situation. But Brooke comes in singing and shit, trying to sing the song like she know the motherfucking words. And I'm just like, oh, I see what you doing here, bitch. You were supposed to be here to support, but it seems like you here to be shady. Yes, Moniece, I feel the same way you feel. Moniece was like, well, maybe Brooke should sing the song then. And Brooke was like, no, girl, I'm just here to be supportive. You know, I'm just on my pre-London shit. Rockstar tells Moniece to get back in the booth and take it an octave up. Moniece is taking too long to get her ass in the booth, so Rockstar starts to play her vocals, and Brooke was like, oh, I see Rockstar has gotten himself into another Amber situation, but you know what? I'm going to try to help out. She was like, why don't I just try to help and create a vibe for her? And they, you know, all of a sudden realized that Moniece still ain't got her ass in the booth, and they go outside to check on her, and she seems to be hyperventilating and breathing all hard and shit like that. So they call the paramedics and they say to lay her down flat. They lay her down and she's crying. Oh my God, my life is never normal. I'm like, bitch, now you look like you doing the most. All right, you really do look like you doing the most. Brooke and Rockstar back in the studio like, did you see her? Did you see her? Do you believe this bullshit? I don't know. All I know is she didn't want to get in that booth because she knew what was going to happen. And Brooke was like, you think so? You think she doing that? And then they start listening in on her and what the paramedics are saying, and she just recently changed prescriptions or something like that. So they was like, they gonna take her to the hospital, and they picked her up and got her up, and I guess she must have stood up on her own to get on the gurney. And they was like, oh, look at her with her faking ass. And then they proceed to do the song without her, and Brooke gets into the booth and starts to sing. And even though Brooke can sing beautifully, I've heard Brooke sing. Brooke can sing. They definitely auto-tune the fuck out of her vocals right just then. I noticed that shit. And I also thought it was fucked up for them to be in there like laughing and joking and kikiing while they sliding Moniece's anxiety-ridden ass into an ambulance. I just thought that was fucked up. And it looked fucked up and it was shady as shit. And I'm starting to feel some type of way about you, Brooke. We already know what type of fuckboy Rockstar is. I don't even understand how anybody could be friends with this nigga. He is the epitome of the fake niggas of LA. All right, act like we cool, act like we friends, but don't give a fuck about whether you dying or not. Ugh. I just can't. Either way, y'all, that was Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, all right? If you look into your heart with a positive mind, come on, take some inventory. Your woman and your glory, leave the bad things behind. All right? Ha! Shut me, y'all. Love me. I love y'all. See y'all in the next